Hey everyone, welcome back to the Immigrant Blueprint channel, where we break down U.S. immigration in a way that's easy to understand. My name is Attorney Ebony Anuforo, and I'm an immigration attorney with offices out in Jersey City, New Jersey, and I work with clients in all 50 states and around the world with their U.S. immigration matters. If you're a professional looking to work in the United States, well, you've probably heard of the H-1B visa. What exactly is it and how do you qualify? Well, if you stick around in this video, we'll dive into everything you need to know about the H-1B visa process. Stay tuned. What is the H-1B visa? The H-1B visa is a non-immigrant visa that allows U.S. employers to hire foreign workers in specialty occupations. A specialty occupation generally requires a bachelor's degree or higher in a specific field such as IT, engineering, finance, healthcare, or education. This visa is designed to bring in highly skilled professionals to fill positions where there is a shortage of qualified U.S. workers. The H-1B is employer sponsored, so this means that a U.S. company must petition for you. It's also a temporary visa. So typically, the H-1B is granted for an initial period of up to 3 years, with the possibility of an extension for a total of 6 years. Additionally, in some cases, H-1B visa holders can transition to permanent residency through employment-based green card sponsorship. To qualify, you need to meet certain key requirements. First, you need a job offer from a U.S. employer. You must have a U.S. employer who is willing to file an H-1B petition on your behalf. The job must require specialized knowledge and a degree in a relevant field. So, this means your role should typically involve complex tasks requiring expertise in either science, technology, engineering, mathematics, so STEM degrees, finance, or related fields. You need at least a bachelor's degree or equivalent work experience in your field. If your degree is from outside of the US, you may need to get it evaluated to prove that it's equivalent to a US degree. Your employer must also agree to pay you at least the prevailing wage for the job in the location where you'll be working. And this ensures that hiring foreign workers does not undercut wages for US workers. One of the biggest challenges with the H-1B visa is the annual cap. There are only 85,000 H-1B visas available each year, 65,000 for general applicants, and an additional 20,000 for those with U.S. master's degrees or higher. Because demand is high, USCIS runs a lottery system to randomly select applicants. The registration period usually takes place in March, and selected applicants can then file their H-1B petitions. The lottery process consists of two rounds. The first round selects 65,000 applicants from the entire pool, and the second round selects an additional 20,000 applicants from those with advanced U.S. degrees. If you're not selected in the lottery, you must wait until the next cycle to apply again unless you qualify for another visa category. So, how do you apply for the H-1B visa? Let's give a quick breakdown of the H-1B visa application process. So, first, you want to find a sponsor. A U.S. employer must be willing to hire you and also to sponsor you. This employer will initiate the petition process. The employer registers you in the H-1B lottery during the designated registration period which again is typically in March. If you're selected, the employer can proceed with filing the Form I-129, which is the petition for a non immigrant worker with USCIS. The employer must file a labor condition application with the Department of Labor to ensure compliance with wage and working condition requirements. If USCIS approves the petition, then you can proceed with the visa process. If you're outside of the US, you must attend the interview at a US consulate and receive an H-1B visa stamp in your passport before entering the US. If you're already in the US on a valid visa, such as an F1 student visa or an L1 intra-company transferee, you may be able to change your status to H-1B without leaving the country. Your employer must file the Form I-129 with USCIS requesting a change of status. If approved, you can begin working in H-1B status without needing to depart the US for consular processing. Once everything is approved, then you can start working on October 1st of the fiscal year in H-1B. So if you already have an H-1B and you want to switch employers, here's some good news. You do not need to go through the H-1B lottery again. Your new employer can file an H-1B transfer and you can start working as soon as USCIS receives the petition. H-1B holders can also extend their visa beyond the 6 years limit under certain circumstances, and particularly it's if they have a pending employment-based green card application. Many H-1B holders apply for an employment-based green card. The most common path is through the PERM labor certification process. The PERM, also known as Program Electronic Review Management process, is the first step in most employment-based green card applications. It requires the employer to test the U.S. labor market to ensure that no qualified U.S. workers are available for the job being offered to the foreign worker. This involves conducting recruitment efforts, filing a prevailing wage request with the Department of Labor, and submitting a form called the ETA Form 9089. So once the PERM application is approved, the employer can proceed with filing an I-140 petition for worker for a green card. And once that's approved, they can apply for adjustment of status. In some cases, H-1B holders may qualify for an EB-1 or an EB-2 NIW, which is the National Interest Waiver, which allows them to bypass the PERM requirement and apply directly for a green card. So while the H-1B is a great visa option, there are some challenges. Again, we talked about the limited availability in visas. The annual cap means that, not all applicants are going to be selected in the lottery. There are stricter requirements for employers. Employers must comply with Department of Labor and USCIS regulations. We've seen, some increases in the past years of visa denials and also RFEs, which is request for evidence, which can be, common. So you want to make sure that your petition is well documented and prepared well. And sometimes there is processing delays, and that's with immigration in general, so processing times can generally be lengthy with immigration. So this can also pose to be a challenge. Some people do opt for premium processing, which can help speed up the application process. So some tips for success. You want to start the process early and secure an employer sponsor as soon as possible. You want to ensure that your job position and degree clearly qualifies you under the specialty occupation criteria. You also want to work with an experienced immigration attorney to prepare a strong petition and also someone who's able to respond to RFPs effectively. If you're not selected in the H-1B lottery, you can also explore alternative visa options such as the O1, the L1, TN, or even the EB2 NIW. The H-1B visa is a fantastic opportunity for skilled professionals to work in the US, but the process can be complex. If you need help navigating the H-1B process or planning your immigration strategy, feel free to reach out to us. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on US immigration. Thanks again for tuning in for this discussion, and we will see you in the next video. Take care.